The Baleno has been a very popular car for Maruti Suzuki, but it's been around a while, and it's after 6 years that we are getting a new model. Now, it may resemble the old Baleno, but it's now based on the 5th generation hardtech platform. The body panels are all new, the interiors are completely changed, the suspension has been reworked, and even the engine is updated. So let's begin with what's new on the outside. While the looks are familiar, it is actually all new. There's a larger honeycomb grille with a chrome underlining that fans out under the new headlamps. They are wider and have a triple element DRL. The air dam is wider too, and the fog housings have grown as well. Viewed head-on, the earlier nose swooped down, while this one has a flatter bonnet, making it seem much wider. In the profile, it looks very similar, but the body panels are changed, and the giveaway is the position of the fuel lid. The alloys too have a smart new design, and there's a sharper crease on the shoulder with a chrome strip that underlines the windows and kinks up at the rear on the C-pillar. The rear looks distinctly different, with the C-shaped tail lamps extending out over the sides and making the rear look wider. There's chrome once again that underlines the glass area of the tailgate, under which is an all-new bumper. Overall, it's definitely sharper looking. Leave us a comment telling us what you think of its looks, and do remember to subscribe to the Autocar India channel, as we're almost at the 2 million subscriber mark. Now, dimension-wise, the new Baleno is 5mm less in length and 10mm down on height, and the boot space is now 318 litres instead of the earlier 339 litres. But as you can see, it still packs in a lot. However, the loading lip is high and you have to haul your luggage up, over and in. The rest of the dimensions remain the same. Now, on the inside, it is a whole new world, and it is actually quite interesting. You get a dual-tone dash. Gone is the all black. You get navy at the bottom, a smart silver strip that runs right across, and the black on top of the dash. The AC vents, C-shaped, look quite cool and are quite nice. The blower controls have now gone lower, and they are of a good quality as well. Everything feels easy to use. The inset screen is gone, and now you have a freestanding 9-inch screen, the graphics of which are really sharp and nice. You get a new steering wheel. The door panels also are all new, and they have that dual-tone coloring, and you also have nice padded armrests on the door. And the seats themselves are so comfortable. That's the first thing I noticed when I got in this car, as to how springy and soft and comfortable these seats really are. And on the whole, the interior is more modern and it is far more premium looking. But there are some things that take away from the premiumness, like this roof lining, which is still felt and feels a little old-fashioned. And there are features that are missing, like there is no sunroof, there's no ventilated seats, there's no wireless charging as well. But you do get some class-leading features like the heads-up display. And what's interesting on this heads-up display is you can toggle through a few functions. You get the fuel efficiency, the current fuel efficiency that you have. You can get your tachometer, speedometer, direction, time, and you can also have a simplified format over there which just gives you the speed, direction, and time. And what's really interesting is the blower controls. When you use them, you can actually see the fan increase, decrease, or the temperature that's increasing or decreasing, but you would have to have the screen on the particular tachometer setting for this to show up as well. And it's good because it's safe. It means you never really have to take your eyes off the road when you're increasing or decreasing temperature. Now, in other features, in other class-leading features that you get is a 360-degree camera. Let's put this into reverse and bring it up. You get a 360-degree view of the car. It's not the greatest of resolution, but yes, you can see all around the car, which is very handy for parking. You get connected car features. You also get an Archimist sound system. And if you want to know more about that, the touchscreen, the connected features, and all the tech that comes with this car, well, click on the link right now, because the editor of our sister channel Stuff is giving you the full detailed review on that.
Let's take a look around the cabin for all the storage spaces and practicality. There is a large enough glove box, door pockets for 1-liter bottles, cup holder in the area behind the gear lever, a place for the phone in front of it, a bin in the console between the seats as well, and you have a 12-volt charger and a USB-A in front. Now, before we get the show on the road, let's get into the back seat, which is pretty much the same, but let's take a quick recap.
Now at the rear, there's no pocket behind the driver's seat, but there is one storage pocket behind the passenger seat. Now, as for the seats themselves, they're extremely comfy. They also have that soft, springy pliancy. So yes, it is a comfortable place to be. Window line is nice and low. There's lots of glass area. Leg room is good. You can stretch your feet out under the front seat. For the third passenger as well, there is enough space. You can squeeze them in. The floorboard is flat enough. Headroom is good enough too, even for taller people. And as for features, you get a USB-A and a USB-C, you get the aircon vents, and you get a small storage slot too, and you get space in the door pockets as well.
Now let's take a quick look at the list of features. Safety features offered on the new Baleno. The outgoing Baleno was offered with 2 petrol engine options, while the updated model will only be offered with 1. The engine produces 90 HP and 113 Nm of torque, which is the same as before, but the engine in question is the newer of the 1.2-litre dual-jet 4-cylinder petrol engines called the K12N.
So this engine is one that we've seen in the Maruti Swift and the Dzire of late, and now the Baleno gets it. And it comes paired to a manual and a AMT, which Maruti like to call AGS. Now this AMT replaces the CVT, and it's definitely not as smooth as the CVT. I mean, you notice the difference instantly. There is that pause between the gears, especially when you go from first to second or second to third. You do feel that slight hesitation between the gears. So yes, there is a difference. But it's a trade-off because, I mean, really you're exchanging that for better fuel efficiency and you're getting it at better value. This system from Maruti also has come a long way and it is much smoother. Shifts come up easily, and when you want them, when you stomp your foot down, you do get a shift. And of course, there always is that manual mode when you want to access shifts quicker.
The thing is, below 2000 RPM, this engine struggles and you need to wind it up to get going. And then the hesitation before it shifts in the AMT is accentuated when you push hard and flatten your foot on the accelerator. However, when you drive with a lighter foot and don't demand sudden bursts of power, it actually feels much smoother and the hesitations are milder, and it is an improved version of the AMT. So as long as you're not an aggressive driver, this AMT does the job well enough.
What this AGS does is it works well to keep you in the right gear. So, if it's city driving you're after, probably this would be the better choice because you won't have to work the gears that much.
Now, this is not the only area that Maruti have improved.
What's improved is this ride quality. There's a pliancy to it. It's soft, it's well cushioned, the bumps and potholes get done away with. And I think what adds to the comfort within the cabin is the softness of these seats.
However, the trade-off is that as you pick up the pace, it does feel more bouncy in the back seat. Dynamically though, the Baleno feels much better than before.
And the steering too is good. While it's light and easy enough for city traffic and nipping in and out of gaps, even as you pick up the pace and go faster or around corners, it gives you good enough confidence.
The Baleno's improved dynamics make it a far nicer car to drive, and while the AGS is a step down from the CVT, it is 15% more fuel efficient according to Maruti. And their claimed fuel efficiency figures are 22.5 kilometers per litre for the manual and 22.94 kilometers per litre for the AMT. We did also drive the manual, and while the clutch was light and easy and the shift smooth enough, one had to work the gears quite a bit,
especially in the hilly terrain and for highway overtakes. The moment you drop below 2000 RPM, it needs downshifts, and so even in city driving, the left foot will get a workout. So the Baleno has improved dynamically, and that just makes you wish that there was a more powerful engine on offer. This engine just doesn't have the bottom end grunt that one would like. And also coming to the AMT or the AGS as Maruti call it definitely is a step down from the CVT if you're used to that. But as far as AMTs go, it really does well on its own. And if I were to pick one of the two, the manual or the AMT, I would definitely pick the AMT because it is the easier one to drive. On the whole, otherwise, Maruti have done a great job, and this Baleno is a big improvement on the older one. It's more modern, it's more premium, it's got smarter interiors, it's got sharper looks, the ride is more comfortable, the dynamics have improved as well. So yes, it does have a lot going for it, and you get all of that packaged at good value.